Hi everyone, welcome back to Woody Travels day number 4 here in Ho Chi Minh City here in Vietnam. It's been a great few days so far, 3 very busy days, and it's now come to time to check out of the hotel, or we're not too far off that moment. Just packing my stuff together now and I'm trying to decide how to plan the day out. So the time currently is 9:30. It's 9:30, I'm going to check out by 12, so I'm thinking, do I go out for a few hours, come back, check out, and then get changed and go to the pool for a few hours? Or do I put some pool stuff in my bag, head out, check out right now, or as soon as I'm done in the room, and then come back some point later on in the day whenever I feel ready? Just trying to work it all out. I was also thinking, do I go to the pool until 12 and then get changed, check out at 12, and then go explore? But I kind of felt like that might put a bit too much time on the exploring, given that I've got to come back, then get to the airport. So I think I'm going to go with the option of go out and explore first. But let me know how you guys would do it. Would you go out first, come back and chill, or chill, then go out? Bear in mind, I've got to get to the airport for about 6 o'clock-ish for a flight to Australia tonight. I do hope you've enjoyed this Vietnam travel series so far. It's been a very fun 4 days, like I said, travelling around the city of Ho Chi Minh, and also yesterday also going around different parts of Vietnam as well. Around different parts of southern Vietnam, we went across to the Mekong Delta and also to the Cu Chi tunnels, and this is one thing that I don't think, well, will I miss it? I don't know. It depends. So here's the view out the hotel, so you can see all the motorbikes in the background. So I'm not sure if I will miss that. I won't miss that. It's cool to see, but also when you're trying to get to sleep and you've got lots of bikes and cars beeping, you don't miss that. And the only real issue that I'm dealing with today is the fact that my legs and arms have got quite a few bites on from yesterday. So if you do find yourselves going to the Cu Chi tunnels or going out into the Mekong Delta, any sort of more countryside parts of Vietnam, if you've got any sort of insect repellent, then I'd recommend to put it on or something like that, because I didn't and I'm now covered in bites. So just take it from someone who's now got a slightly itchy leg and an itchy arm for a few bites on them. Oh, and for those of you who are saying, why didn't you just get a late checkout? It came in at 2.5 million dong, which I think is actually a higher rate than what I've paid per night, because they just do it at the check-in desk. They just do it as if you were to walk in there and then and ask for a booking. So yeah, the half day rate came to like 2.5 million dong, and they put a 10% charge on as well, because it is a busy time of year. It is the 30th of December today, so a lot of people here for New Year's Eve as well. It's a very busy period. You've obviously got Christmas, then backing straight onto it, you've got the New Year as well. So yeah, I didn't fancy paying that. It seemed a bit excessive to pay that amount of money. I think it's like about £80, something like that. I'll double check afterwards, but I think that's about £80. So yeah, wasn't willing to pay that much just for the sake of being able to come back and, you know, have a shower in the room later on. I'll just use the shower up by the pool and then head off to the airport. So let's go. It's day 4 here in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm gonna pack up now and then let's get out and see what we get up to today. So I was ready to go and I've had a bit of a stinker with the old luggage. So it won't open. So I'm stuck in a situation where I've got the luggage here that I've got one thing locked there and I can't get anything at all actually out of it. So yeah, bit of an interesting one. I'm not sure quite how I'm gonna sort this one out. Maybe go down and see if someone's got some sort of bolt cutters or something downstairs to actually get into the luggage. Don't need it right now, but obviously I'm going away for a few weeks and all my clothes are pretty much in there. I've got a few things in my carry-on, you know, socks and pants, a few little bits like that in the smaller carry-on case, and I think I've got some shorts and trousers. So I'm covered for shorts, pants, and trousers, but anything else on top, it's all in the bigger suitcase. So yeah, and all my toiletries and everything, it's all in there as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs. Either way, doesn't stop me going out and exploring. I've tried to fix it. It's not getting fixed right here, right now. So yeah, drop it downstairs, check out the hotel, and a little bit later than planned, head out and explore some more of Ho Chi Minh City. A quick search on the maps and I actually managed to find a locksmith here in Ho Chi Minh City that was a few minutes away from the hotel. However, the English was quite limited, and I did ask and show a photo if they had a TSA lock, and sadly they don't have one. So still in the same predicament as before. I'm going to be going to the airport later with luggage that I can't get into. So I'm not sure at what point or where, be it here or Australia, I'll get into it, but at some point I will get into that luggage. So we'll wait and see. So now that's crossed off, well, I say crossed off, it's ruled out, ruled out more like that I can't get it sorted before I leave. It's time to crack on. So I'm going to head to a different part of Saigon now. I've got a few different spots that I want to head to. So let's head there. Just where I pitched up there as well, I spotted that nearby there's a little war memorial type thing. Again, there's still little throwbacks and things to the war here. So I'll show you this little memorial piece here. So you can see there with the soldiers on, and they've got all sorts of things, RPGs and machine guns. Turns out this is actually a gift, this little memorial piece here. It's a gift to the people of Vietnam from Venezuela. Then here behind me we've got some little memorial pieces for some of the fallen soldiers as well. So much like you see in any other country where there's been a war going on, a lot of names on there. See a lot of soldiers lost their lives in the wars in the 20th century here in Vietnam. That was definitely the most interesting grab ride of the journey so far. He drove past me twice before actually getting me, and then when we were in the car as well, there was no seat belts either, so I was praying we didn't crash, although to be fair, we never actually got fast enough or went fast enough to even be in danger if we did crash, because it's, you know, very sort of busy, stoppy-starty city, so you don't really travel that fast anyways. But here we are at the Independence Palace. Now you do have to pay to get in, and there is a bit of a queue, so it might be something to come back to later. Hopefully ambitious thinking that the queue might die down a little bit. There's quite a few big groups of tourists and people from all over, people from what looks like China, Vietnam, lots of Europeans, all sorts here. So I'm probably going to have a little look around for some food first, and then we'll probably come back here in a little bit, hopefully have enough time, and we'll get a little look around. Here's a quick look from the outside as well. So you can see it's got the big fountain there, obviously many Vietnamese flags, and people coming to take photos as well. A lot of people having little photo shoots at the front. And of course it is the new year soon as well. It's New Year's Eve tomorrow, so we've got the signs up celebrating Happy New Year for 2025 in preparation for tomorrow. So I've seen on the map there's a place called Bánh, Huynh Hoa, which is, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's the place I got recommended to try for the best banh mi in the city, so I'm going to go there now and give it a try. Did look at taking a car. It's a 10-minute ride with current traffic, or it's a 15-minute walk, so I figured I'll get a walk in, breathe in some more of the city fumes, and we're heading up there now. It's just around the block, so 15-minute walk, and we'll be there for what is apparently the best banh mi, so we'll put that to the test. This is what I mean behind me, so moving in that traffic, or not moving I should say, might be a better word, wasn't or wouldn't be the best option, so yeah, this time it's a walk. There's also a street food market as well called Bánh, I think that's how you say it. That's right behind me, just taking a quick look, and that has also got some good reviews as well, and of course it's very close to the Independence Palace, so looking in there now, you've got literally everything in there. Everything and anything you could want, they've got it in there, so that wouldn't be a bad bet. You see this here as well, that riding on the pavement. So I thought because a few people do it, it's legal, or it's, well, it is kind of normal. But the other day when I was out on the food tour, the guy who I was riding, I was on the back of his scooter, and he was saying that it is actually something illegal. So I mean, there's not really a police presence to police it anyway, so I guess as long as they don't start bowling down tourists, then they'll be all right to keep getting away with it. But again, just something to keep your eye out for when you're walking around. When you're walking around Ho Chi Minh City, that, like I said the other day, you could get a motorcyclist coming either at you, or even more confusing when they come flying behind you. And the only warning sign you might get is a last minute, a little beep of a horn that makes you jump out of your skin. Another one there. Little street chickens. Camp right outside some sort of shrine. I don't want to go inside because I think you have to wear long trousers. From memory of being in Thailand, I think you have to wear trousers to go in buildings like that, and I have shorts on. I will not be seen dead walking around in 30 degree heat and humidity in trousers. So yeah, that's one thing to bear in mind as well. If you do ever want to go to a Buddhist type place of worship in Southeast Asia, just have some trousers on you, just to wear. The looser the better as well when it's warm like this. And there it is, Bánh, Huynh Hoa. That is supposedly the best in the city, and I mean, you can tell from the queue as well that, hello truck, you can tell from the queue that it's definitely popular. We got it. One tourist trap special. Straight here. So, how would I rate Bánh Huynh Hoa? Well, it was tasty, but it's very, very, very filling. Like, you get a lot of food in there. It's very full on. It's hard to describe what the actual meats are that's in there, because it's a mixture of like, I know it's like chicken, it's pork, but it's also kind of like a mortadella. It looks like something like that, unless I'm getting that confused with something else. You get some sort of, I think, like a cheese sauce in there, and like a pate, and I've never tried pate before in my life, and I'm not keen on the texture. There's a lot of interesting textures in the sandwich. It tastes great, but if you're a bit like me and certain textures and things that you don't like, then it's still worth a try, but it might not be the perfect thing for you. I'd say it was decent, and I'd definitely say I can see why a lot of people like it. Also, like, if that was being sold, in fact it probably is already in London on a food market somewhere, people would pay like £15–20 in London probably for something like that from a street food market, because you get a lot of meat in there, you get a lot of food. I'd say if there's two of you, you could share one. Like, I had one to myself and I couldn't finish the full thing, because obviously it's a lot of bread, a lot of meat, cheese, etc. in there, so it's definitely worth trying. But in terms of the Bánh, going to that place specifically, it's a very, touristy place, but you don't get ripped off for it. That's one key thing to point out as well. It still only costs about £2. Now, I'm sure there's probably a Bánh somewhere in the city that costs, £1.50, something like that, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the place where you're going to get ripped off. That was also including a bottle of Coke as well, so you got a drink and the Bánh, which, like I say, is loaded with meats and cheese. You get all of your stuff on the side as well, and they give you like a little plastic glove so you can put your cucumber, your carrot, all things like that in it. You can put it all in without getting your hands really messy, because it is quite a messy sandwich. You get a wet wipe as well, so you get to wipe your face afterwards, because it is a very, very messy sandwich. Apologies for that, I was rudely interrupted by a police car. So yeah, definitely give it a good rating, definitely worth a try. For my personal preference, it's not something that's game changing for me. It tasted nice, but I wouldn't be rushing back. For me, I've preferred the pho that I've tried. That's been something that's more suited me. But definitely come for yourself, give it a try, and see how you rate it yourself. Museum and...
Irrigation hall, the palace.
Yes, the palace, yeah.
And then Notre Dame post office.
Yes.
And then Pagoda.
Yes, I've been everywhere.
No, you don't know Emperor Yara. You know Emperor.
Emperor?
Yes, Emperor. Yes. Emperor.
I've been all over, but
You don't been there.
no, but I'm heading to Australia now.
You live now today.
No, holiday. I'm going to Australia.
Now.
Yes,
What time you go there?
I'm going soon. Very soon.
How long? 1 hour?
Very soon. I don't have time
Now 1:30.
Yeah.
When you go airport?
tonight, but I don't have time.
Tonight.
Rule number one in places like this: if someone approaches you, it's dodgy. They're up to no good. I didn't want to do a tour and whatever else he was trying to sell me. I've seen scams and things before in Thailand. I'm not saying he's a scammer, but definitely when people approach you in cities like this, there's always one reason why. Well, I managed to find a luggage shop, and in the hope that they might sell one of those TSA keys, because apparently you can buy it on Amazon. So I thought, you know, luggage shop, best place to go. And I struck out. He said that it's only the police who have those keys, so I've now got a decision to make. Do I find a way to get it cut open in the hotel, or try and get a hammer and something like that, or do I go to the airport, chance my arm, hope that the police can open it there? Because the thing with TSA is like you'd only see them if it was carry-on luggage, but it's checked luggage, so it's going behind the scenes. As soon as it gets to the airport, I'm dropping it off and it's going. So that's my only concern, and then I've got to try and sort it when I get to Australia. And at the minute, I have no other tops or things to wear, so it looks like I'm just going around flying tonight in a vest, which again I don't really want to do. It'd be nice to have like one of my quarter zips or something to chuck on, and probably a t-shirt, because obviously it can get a bit chilly on the plane through the night as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's an evolving story, so we'll see when we get to. But now I'm heading to the Ben Tan markets again, because I think everyone always forgets something, don't they? I realised that I left my sliders back in the UK, so I thought where better to get a bargain pair of shoes than that big market. So I'll see what flip-flops or sliders they've got in there. I'm sure they have many, so I'll walk around, see what they've got, and grab some from there. Also a good chance to use the last bit of wrong country. I think I'm back in Thailand again. My chance to use the last bit of dong that I've got as well. I think I've still got a few 100,000 left, so I think about £10 worth, so I'll see if that can stretch to get me a pair of sliders or some flip-flops of some sort.
Where did you get this?
Yeah, the other one was 600.
Well, that was definitely a success. I was a bit nervous at first. I wasn't sure if I'd actually be able to find the right ones or find my size, because all the sizes out on display were like, you know, children's sizes or women's sizes, but managed to get some size 11 sliders, just picked up some Nike ones. So yeah, crazy place in there, just full of people, mostly Indians or British people buying knockoff designer gear. That's pretty much the majority of people in there, to be honest. So I think it is time to head back to the hotel. I do actually want to chill a bit. I said when I came to Ho Chi Minh City that I wanted to try and, I know it's obviously a busy city, but having booked a hotel with a roof, you know, a nice rooftop pool, that I might get a chance to actually use it. And I think I've used it for all of about 10 minutes so far on this trip. So now is time to head back to the hotel, I think. Done a lot of sightseeing, a lot of touristy stuff, a lot of things. Big day trip yesterday as well. So yeah, I think it's time to chill for a bit and also try and sort this suitcase situation out, because I've got these things and I've not even got a suitcase to put them in. Well, I do, but can't get into it. So I think we'll head back. I'm pretty much spent up now as well. I'm down to my last 90,000 dons, so I've got about £3 left. So it'll come in handy somewhere, I'm sure, in the last few hours here. But yeah, time to head back to the hotel. I think the Independence Palace or whatever I was at earlier, might just have to give that a miss, because it's a very hot day as well, so just kind of want to chill by the pool for a bit. We've got about 4 hours from now until I need to be at the airport, so I reckon by the time I'm at the hotel and got changed and whatnot, you know, probably another 20 minutes or so. So yeah, we'll go from there. But what's been a tough start to the day has turned out much better, but I like to show both sides of travelling, the good and the bad, and today we've had a bit of both.
Sai là sao? Đó. Please wait a minute.
Right, he has saved the day. Look at this. It's now out, so that will not go in there. But the guy has saved the day, so we are free here. He got a hefty tip for it as well. All the money I had left, I just gave to him. So I'm very grateful for that. Well, I've got a bag with a busted lock, but I've got a bag that I can get into now. So thank you once again to the chief concierge man who sorted me out with that. Like I say, the last of my money, the 90,000 or so, went to him as a thank you. So yeah, going up to the pool now. Still nice and sunny outside, not supposed to rain at all, so should be all sound. Enjoy the last few hours and actually relax a little bit. And I can relax now, I know I can get into my case. And yeah, then we'll head to the airport.
cái tiêu là áo lụa là cái
Right guys, we made it okay to Ho Chi Minh Airport. I had one little stumble though. I got to the check-in desk and she asked me, where's your visa? And I realised that I hadn't done my Australian visa. So I did it there and then at the check-in desk, which went through straight away, paid my $20 and got the visa sorted. So just a reminder, if you are going to Australia, do get a visa, because I almost didn't. So yeah, after that, it took about an hour to get through. It just seemed to be a very slow and laborious queue. There wasn't lots of people as such, there just wasn't many people actually working on the desk, so you know, it took a lot longer than it needed to get through. Just a very slow and tedious process for security and for immigration as well, or immigration I should say, at this point. And yeah, about an hour to get through all there, so it's only left me with like 10 minutes or so in the lounge. So just grabbing some food now. I've got some chicken and sticky rice and some little cake thing, nothing too crazy because I was up at the pool. Had a pizza up there, and that was a few hours ago, and yeah, I had a couple of drinks up there as well, which was so nice and so relaxing to be up there. It's the first time on the trip that I've actually, you know, sat back and relaxed a little bit and not been on my feet, you know, loads. I mean, obviously I've, you know, sat down in bed and things like that, but actually in terms of properly just sort of sitting in the sun and relaxing, it's the only time I've done it on this trip. So, and that was one of the reasons why I picked the hotel, so it was nice to get to enjoy it, see the sunset, have the last few hours there, and then head up to the airport and say, here we are, ready to go to Sydney. I am so excited to get to Australia. This trip's been planned for a while. This is already the third. I think this is just about the furthest that I've ever been, is Vietnam, but we're going to smash that anyways. We've got a few thousand more miles to go, so we're heading down to Australia. We're landing in Sydney at about 9 AM. So 9 AM on New Year's Eve, so we're going out on New Year's Eve. We've got some fun stuff planned from what I understand. I've left my mates out there in charge of it, so I've planned some of the rest of the trip when we're going up to Queensland and some other things that we're doing, but I've left them to plan the New Year's Eve celebration, so we'll see what we get up to tomorrow night in Sydney. Should be about an 8-hour flight time, again going with Vietnam Airlines. The full trip's been booked through Vietnam Airlines, premium economy, Airbus A350, so a different plane to what we came out on. So I'm not sure if it's a newer plane or an older plane. I'll probably get a sense for that when I get on board. I'm currently in a lounge here at the airport as well. I think it's called the Ruby Lounge or the Jasmine Lounge, something like that. There was one that was called like the Halal Lounge. It was not that one, it's the other one that you get with the priority pass. Not a huge selection available. Like I say, there was a bit of rice, bit of chicken and some potatoes. and that was about it. I can't think of much else that was up there. There's a few cold bits. The cheese is literally just American cheese, so you know, no one actually eats that, I don't think, on its own. You're a psychopath if you eat American cheese just on its own. So yeah, that was a few little bits that were left out. So yeah, I'm going to tuck into this now. I'm going to head up to the plane, probably board straight away because boarding's starting soon, but they are starting boarding very early, so you know, we're not taking off for another hour and a bit. And again, having premium economy, I'll be able to just go to the front of whatever queue there may be. So yeah, I'm going to tuck in now, and then let's head off to Australia. If this doesn't sum up how today's going, I've just tucked into chicken and I've snapped the fork. What are the odds? So the name of it is the Rose Lounge, and just a little pat on the back of myself here. I did my good service today, so there was a bloke who was trying to get in and couldn't get his pass loaded up to be able to get through into the lounge. So with the priority pass, I get a +1 for all my trips. Obviously I'm here on my own for this flight, so I figured, hey, why not put it to good use? So I pulled him along, and I saw him filling about whilst I was in the queue. He was waiting the whole time and still waiting to get his thing downloaded. So I asked him, I was like, can I just bring him in with me? And he was like, yeah. So don't see why not. So yeah, there was a man travelling somewhere, I can't remember where he was travelling to, but somewhere else in Asia. So yeah, he was very grateful. So that's my good deed done for the day. It's only a short walk as well from the lounge. I think you could literally go from one end of this terminal to the other. There's about 27 gates, it says. Yeah, I think 27. So you could probably do it end to end in like 10 minutes, I reckon. So you've got the Rose Lounge right at the other end. I'm just about to walk past the Jasmine Lounge, which is the one that says that it's the halal lounge. So there's that option for people who have that requirement as well. So I'm just waiting to see where our gate is. Oh, down here somewhere. Number 10, I think we are. Oh no, we're not. We're number 9. Right, give me a second because I don't even know what gate I'm at. There is a real lack of information boards. I am wandering around trying to find some sort of information board. Yes, I know it would have been wise to look at the one in the lounge, but didn't do that. So I'm now looking. Oh, here we are, found one. Right, let's see what gate we're actually at. Right, it's number 20 we're at. So I'm headed down to gate 20 now to board the plane. Worth shouting out as well, there are a few other options here. As you'd expect, there's loads of cafes serving like local type food, and then you've also got the usual suspect, which I think they're at every single airport virtually that anyone ever goes through, whether you're going out of, you know, an all-inclusive break type airport in Europe, or whether you're going somewhere across Asia or the UK or anything, wherever you seem to go, there's always a Burger King at an airport. And true to form, Ho Chi Minh City Airport, there is a Burger King. So there is option as well. Don't worry about getting through and there being no food, because I know that is the case at some airports, particularly in different parts of the world to where you're used to travelling to. I've experienced that myself before. A few months ago at Agadir Airport. Agadir Airport is the worst airport I've ever been to, which is in Morocco. For those who don't know, the worst airport I've ever been to, I think, in terms of amenities. The worst lounge, the worst food options, the worst everything. It was an awful experience there. Just getting to the gate now, so I think it's time to draw this episode to a close and say a massive thank you to everyone for watching. Also a thank you to the amazing people of Vietnam and the residents here in Ho Chi Minh City. All the people who I've met with, interacted with, etc. You've all been amazing, so thank you for your very warm hospitality. In fact, thank you for your very warm hospitality and being very welcoming to this country. I can't wait to come back. I definitely need to come back and do a couple of weeks going around Vietnam and potentially something even longer in the future around other parts of Southeast Asia, doing Thailand again, but you know, parts I've not been to before, and Cambodia, Laos, places like that. So yeah, let's see what the future holds, but for now it's time to go to Australia, which in itself is going to be an amazing few weeks. So thank you for everyone for watching. If you are new around here, please smash that subscribe button. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you've been to Vietnam yourself or done any travelling around Southeast Asia, you're from Vietnam or anything at all, you want to leave a comment on the video, please do leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you and engage with you. But until next time, I'll see you soon.